Hey there friends, glad you are here. Let's talk about Rumble and DWAC, maybe a few other little things here going on in the stock market. It is Wednesday and we are still seeing a bloodbath in the market, and I am actually loving this. I am loving this because I've had cash on hand and I've been like, I want to put this in some things, but I'm just where to buy with these crazy prices we've been having. So we're in a bit of a sell-off right now. I don't know that this is a huge pullback to where it's like going to continue to get worse. I think we're pretty much hitting the bottom of it right now, and I think I'm going to talk about that obviously with some stocks here. And before I get started, just thank you so much for being here and subscribing. And if you don't subscribe, go ahead and subscribe, because I am going to continue to talk about these stocks because we all have money wrapped up in them. Here we go. Let's talk about Rumble first here, because I haven't talked about Rumble in quite a bit. So you're starting to see, when I'm looking at Rumble right now in the media, I always like to look in the media and see how they're talking about certain stocks in particular, especially DWAC and Rumble right now are two stocks that the media, they just don't want to talk about. They don't want to talk good things about it. They just don't. You can tell it's killing them to say good things. Because obviously Digital World Acquisition is going into True Social, and that is right up Trump alley. And the media still does not want to say good things. And this is not a political video. I'm not here waving a Trump flag or anything. I'm not saying anything good or bad. We're just talking about stocks. So if you're in here just trying to troll me, I don't want to waste your time. So I'm just going to stop you right there. But Rumble too is wrapped up in this free speech platform in Trump Nation to a regard, because Rumble, as if you don't know, you should know, it is really the main bread and butter of it is that they are free speech, that you can go on there and say, things right now that you are not allowed to say on any kind of Google account. Let's just say that, in YouTube or one of those things. But Rumble in general is it's doing very well here today. It had a little bit of a rough start to the day, and I was like, oh no, here we go. Now Rumble's gonna get some, but it shot right back up. People came in here and it shot back up to almost a 740 place, and it ended the day at a 720 here. So Rumble's still doing great. I don't care what people say. I know a lot of people, and including myself, we were hoping it was going to be at least at an 8 in the middle here, like an 8.50, but it just has not made it there yet. And it may have got there if we didn't see this low in the market here that we're going through right now. But to me, Rumble is doing great. This is doing great because it's moving, and not only that, Rumble has quarterlies coming up here soon. They'll be coming up here. Not for a little bit, but they are coming up, and we are expecting quarterlies to be good because Rumble has been bringing out good quarterlies as of late, and these next quarterlies should be a big telltale sign, and their subscriber count is getting bigger. And obviously they had the deal with Barstool Sports, which is bringing in a lot more people, a lot more content, and subscribers, which is one of the main things here. So Rumble's not going to be the new YouTube tomorrow, but it is going to be a competitor, we like to think here, in the next, maybe 5 years. And obviously I'm shooting out long. I know there's a lot of people coming in here and they're going to be like, no, this is going to be within a year or two. I hope so, but I always like to, take the long road and really, think things they should take a lot longer, because they probably will. I've stopped buying Rumble. I've got a pretty good position in it, and if it falls to under 6 again, I would probably start buying it up again. But I'm not so sure that we're going to see, the $5 or $6 in it anytime soon, unless the market were to get heavily trashed here. And that's still potential. That is still potential out there with what is being talked about, because we don't know what rates are going to do this year. Are they going to increase? Tech jobs across the board right now, people are getting fired left and right. So, I don't even know that, the general media is going to cover that, because that's kind of hurting someone's campaign, we'll say. And I'm sure the Biden administration is not going to want other people to know that don't already know that people are losing their jobs by the thousands right now. Companies are just laying off people. Paramount just fired 900 people today. So that's just a random number out there, but that's what happened. But that is still job security that is gone now. So like I start off saying here about Rumble and what's being thrown out here into the general media about, how analysts are talking about Rumble. It's a little negative. They're talking about the sell-off, but really the sell-off that we're seeing with Rumble, it's not that big of a deal. Like it's nothing compared to what we're seeing in other stocks right now, especially in AI stocks. And this is what AI stocks have been doing. They've been shooting up, then selling off, It's just going to happen all year. It's like they just have to have something to talk about. The next quarterly for Rumble here will be in April. It'll be on April 4th of this year. And I expect Rumble to keep doing what it's doing. I do believe that we'll be back in the $8 range here with Rumble very soon. And potentially by April, it could be at a double digit. It could be at $10 because of just the hype that's going to be coming around these quarterlies. And obviously, there's going to be a lot more we're going to know about, Trump campaign. And I'm putting Trump and I'm putting Rumble together because you kind of have to, whether you want to admit that or not, because. And I say that because when I do talk about that, people come on here and they rip me apart about that. If you pay attention, Rumble is running with Trump news. It just is. And Truth Social is working with Rumble. Rumble is working with Truth Social. So they all kind of go together here. It's just what it is, whether you like it or not. But with these quarterlies that are coming out, we are, fingers crossed, hoping that they are phenomenal. And this could be the quarterly right here that will drive Rumble into a double-digit number to where it sustains it and keeps it going into the rest of this year. So that's why this is very interesting right now. And the $7 might be cheap compared to April from now. Okay, so go right into Digital World acquisition. Not a lot has changed since I've talked about the stock. I don't want to sound like a broken record here at this point, but I think we all just want to talk about it together. I get it. We all just need to huddle together and talk about what we think is going to happen here with Digital World acquisition. So obviously, we should know something March. As far as we know right now, the deal is happening. That is all we know. I will say this. I think it's important for me to play devil's advocate having a YouTube channel. I do. And this isn't me being mean or trying to say anything negative about Digital World acquisition. But until this deal is done, I still think this is a dangerous situation. To where something could happen to where it doesn't happen. Now, this time next month, March 22nd, we will know whether the deal is going to happen or not. There's a meeting, it's supposed to happen, and sure, there'll be a lot more leading up to that week. But all we know right now is that things are looking good, the deal is going through, and it's go time. And people want to argue about all this, news with Trump that, of course, there's the whole New York thing, the fine, all that. That stuff is not affecting Trump's campaign. It's not affecting Trump's stocks. It's just not. If anything, it's working opposite at this point. It's just publicity. People that love Trump, and it makes them love him even more. And I really do think, be careful what I say here. We're not on Rumble. Things are changing. We are seeing a shift in our culture right now. Once again, if you live in America, this is just how it is. We change more than any other culture. It's just they just change. And right now, people are wanting more free speech. That is getting thicker. It's taking over. And this is why people are wanting Truth Social. This is why they are wanting Rumble. And this is why those stocks are doing well. And those companies are starting to do well and get a lot more subscribers. People, it's a weird thing when you bring up Truth Social to other people. I don't think a lot of general people even know about Truth Social. And this isn't me promoting it. It's just saying when I've brought it up in conversation to people, most don't even know about it. And the ones that know about it but don't use it think it's somewhat of a joke just because it's attached to Trump. But it's actually a really big platform with millions of subscribers, and it runs a lot of ads, and it's making revenue. Now, it's a new company, and there's a lot that they're projecting with it, but right now it's still in the very early stages of the genesis of what it is, and it's not even full. The deal's not even fully done yet. So it's exciting, but yes, it is dangerous until we see that deal 100% happen. And when it does happen, I'm not expecting the media to say anything good, anything nice. I'm expecting it just to be, well, the deal happened, but I think the general market is going to really just attach itself to it. I think that once that happens with the deal taking over, I think we're going to see a big bump right there. I don't know what this bump's going to be. Is this bump going to be like we go from $40 to $60? Are we going from $40 to $90? Are we going from $40 to triple digit? Or are we just going to have a small bump? I believe more so we'll have a big bump and then a sell-off until something else big happens. Now, Trump could have a huge day where personally, I think this is what might happen. I think that they will push the deal. It will happen in March, and then Trump will name his running campaign, his partner, on the app. Now, I have no proof of this. He has not said this at all, but I'm kind of thinking that's what's going to happen, and he knows that would drive up the stock tremendously. That's kind of my whole opinion on what we're seeing right now with Rumble and Digital World. Personally, I would not sell out of them. The fact that Digital World is holding this $43 mark is very telling that people are not getting scared off. We're still at a very high number right now. This is a very high number. We have not seen 30 since, for more than a month at this point. We haven't seen 30 since January. So February's held pretty strong here so far. And a lot of people were not expecting that. So this is a very telltale sign that we're getting into some new levels here going into March. Looking at this overall market right now, obviously we are in a sell, and it's a weird thing right now because Nvidia is controlling kind of the AI market right now, and all eyes are on it if they are going to hit their quarterlies, if they're going to hit what people are projecting, or is it going to be just a washout? So all eyes are on them right now, and the market, honestly, I believe if Nvidia reports bad numbers here, it could destroy the market once again tomorrow. It could, but we will get the market back here more than likely pretty soon. So friends, it is Wednesday, February 21st. Let's make this a short video. Once again, thank you so much for subscribing. If you are now subscribing, I thank you so much. The channel hit 6,000 subscribers. It's not a lot to a lot of people, but to me, that's pretty crazy that I have 6,000 people that have subscribed just from me yapping about stocks. So, man, it's pretty cool. Friends, I wish you all the luck in the world with trading. It is addicting. It is fun. And if you got $5, you can do it. I will talk to you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.